Hello everyone, welcome to the AWS workshops at codinggears.io. This is a solution video for this workshop. In this workshop, we'll create an EC2 instance, configure it the way we want it, and then create an AMI image. And then we will use our custom AMI to launch another instance, and we'll check and make sure it is at the desired state because we do not have to configure it anymore. Okay, let us jump in and take a look at it. Here I am inside my AWS management console. I'm already, at the VPC dashboard. And let me take a look at the resource map here. And as you can see, I have one subnet and one routing table, and it does have access to the internet. I have a public IGW, which is our internet gateway, because we do need a subnet that has access to internet, because when we launch our EC2 instance, we are going to access the web page at port 80. Next, take a look at the security groups, and of course, if you don't have one, you'll have to create this yourself. And for the security group, all we have is the inbound rules are 80 and 22, because we are allowing port SSH. Web traffic at port 80, which would be HTTP traffic, and then allow 22 for SSH. With that, let us go to EC2 dashboard, and here we will launch an instance. Click instances, and I'm going to name it as web 1, and I'm going to select Ubuntu. 22.04 is fine with me. I'm going to use a feed here, t2.micro. For the key pair, I want to pick Canada, the one that I have. And for this, since I only have one VPC and it has only one subnet, they both got selected. But if you have multiple VPCs and multiple subnets within the VPCs, make sure you pick the one that is appropriate for your workshop. And as you can see here, the auto assign public IP is disabled. We need to enable this. Let's go click edit, and I'm going to pick enable here, and that would allocate a public IP address. Once that is taken care, let us select security group. I'm going to use a second option here. I need to pick the existing one. I'm going to pick here this one, the public VPC SG allow SSH HTTP. We have already reviewed it. It's going to allow port 80 and 22. Once this is taken care, I want to click launch. It's going to take about 1 to 5 minutes, depending on the situation with AWS and the time, all that, but typically 2 to 3 minutes should be fine. I'm going to pause recording, and I'll be back when this particular EC2 instance is up and running and ready for us to get in. Even though now it shows running, we still will not be able to get in because the status check should show 2 of 2 passed. I'm going to pause the recording now. Okay, I'm back. It took about 3 minutes, and as you can see, the status is 2 of 2 checks passed. So now we are ready. The instance is ready. We can get in and take a look at it. I'm going to click on the instance ID, and then click on connect here at the top. I'm going to use EC2 instance connect, so I don't have to use any of terminal or PuTTY, anything of that sort. I'm going to use instance connect, and that should launch another tab within my browser, and that will open SSH session into the instance. Now we're good to go. So here, what we need to, let me switch back to our dashboard here real quick. And as you can see, this particular instance does have the public DNS name and the public IP address. And this, we want to use this to check the access to the web page. So if we do this, we should get the web page. So let's go here. Now let us run certain commands. I'm going to copy paste some commands here. Don't worry, all these commands will be made available to you under resources. I just ran apt update -y, which will just update all the packages that are part of the operating system. And once it is done, then we will install Nginx using a similar command, sudo apt install Nginx, and that should install Nginx for us. And once it is taken care, we can check the status and to make sure that it is up and running. Let me run the command, systemctl status Nginx, and as you can see, it is active. I'm gonna clear this. Now I can use the curl command on the terminal and try to access the page. As you can see, it says, thank you for using Nginx. So when you made this call, you got a response back from the web server. Now let us see if we can access the web page here. As you can see, it's already up and running. So I didn't have to do anything. It was just the browser was making a call and continuously, and we got it. Now let me also use the DNS name here. I want to copy this, go here, open another browser, paste it there, and hit enter. As you can see, we do have Nginx up and running. So what did we do? We launched an EC2 instance and ran certain commands to install Nginx. Now at this point, given this state of this machine, what we will do is we will go to actions and create an image from here. If I click, I picked the instance, and I'm coming here and doing create instance, create image. Now it is using the web1 as instance ID. It is using that particular EC2 instance and creating an image. I want to say my Nginx AMI. I want to just copy paste the same string here, and as you can see, it is a storage type is ABS 8 gigs. I'm good with that. Since we're just testing, I can leave the rest as default and then do create image. Before I do that, let me go to AMIs here. Let me open another tab. As you can see, there's nothing here. Under volumes, this is the volume that's attached to that particular instance, and go to snapshots. There's nothing here. Make a note of these things, okay? Now let me go back here and then click create image, and this should create an image for us. Let me go to images. As you can see, the name is here and the image, and it's pending state. So it may take about 2 to 3 minutes for the image to be available for us to use. So I'm going to pause the recording and then I'll come back here in 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, our image is completely available. As you can look at the status, it does say available. It's a green. Now, once it is in this state, you can go to snapshots and you'll see a snapshot here. What does it really mean? So when you go to AMIs and click on the AMI ID, and here you can see the snapshot that it is using. Go to storage, and here, as you can see, it says snap hyphen, it's ending with B9FD. If I go to snapshots and open it in another tab, you can see this B9FD. So this particular image, the snapshot behind that is the one here. Since we only have one image and I only have one instance running and I don't have any backups and I only have one snapshot, it's kind of easy to kind of recognize and connect. But when you have hundreds of snapshots and bunch of EC2 instances and bunch of AMIs, then the easiest way to connect them and see how they are linked is click on AMI ID, go to storage, and here you go. Here you have the snapshot here, the name. You can even click here directly and it'll take you to the snapshot details. So this is how you would create an AMI. Now let us use the AMI that we just created. This is the first EC2 instance. I'm going to shut down this instance. I don't have to, but I'll just shut it down. I'm going to stop it. Now with that taken care, let me refresh my page. Okay, it's not running. So there's a filter here if I just run, and I can see that here. This is stopping. Now I'm going to create another EC2 instance. I'm going to call it web2. And instead of picking this quick start based on OS, I'm going to click my AMIs, and here it's owned by me. And by the way, we only have one image that we created. I'm going to pick that, and for keep here, Canada is good. And of course, by default, I picked t2.micro. For security group, I'm going to pick the one that allows HTTP and SSH. And for network settings, you have to go there and enable the auto assign public IP. And then with that in place, we can click the launch, and this should launch our EC2 instance. And this time, I'm not going to pause the recording. I'll probably fast track it when I produce this video, but just want to make sure that there's nothing I'm going to do. I'm not going to run any command. I'm going to just take the public IP address and use a browser tab to access the web page. Let me refresh this. So this is running. That was quick, and let us give another maybe minute or two. Okay, it took about a minute and a half, and I have the instance up and running. I'm going to go into the instance details and then copy the public DNS name, and then open up the browser tab and access this. Let's see what happens. As you can see, I'm able to access the Nginx page. I did not run an update. I did not install Nginx, but everything is up and running. Let us go and quickly investigate this. So this, let me close this tab, go back to, okay, here is our instance, go back to instances. So web2 is what we are currently running. Refresh this page. Okay, so yeah, that's the only thing that's running, and we were able to access it. That's the last tab here. I'm going to move here a little bit. So it is EC2 3-99-161, and that's the one here. With this, let us make sure that this EC2 instance was launched with the AMI that we picked. So click on instance ID, and under AMI ID, under the details, you can see this A010, that's AMI ID, and as you can see, the name is here. You can just try to remember this 3A010, and if we go to AMI, we should be able to match that up. So as you can see, building our custom AMIs will save a lot of time. If we did a simple setup, but if you have extensive setup, then this would really come handy. With this, workshop is done. Now make sure that you delete all the resources that you created. And why is that? Because when you created AMIs and then a snapshot got created, you'll be charged for this. So the first thing I'm going to do, and also you need to do, is that stop the EC2 instance. I'll just terminate it. Instance terminate. And I'm going to give it like a minute or two. By the way, even for instance web1, I'm going to terminate that as well. While this is shutting down, okay, this got taken care, and I have the second one. Let me go and try deleting AMIs. I should not be able to, but let's give it a shot. deregister AMI, deregister. Okay, I was able to. That means, probably this is already down. So that's taken care, nothing is running. Now, deleting AMI doesn't mean that it would delete snapshots in the background. This will still be there. This has to be manually deleted. And you can delete this only after you delete the AMI. Since AMI is already deleted, I can go to snapshot, select the one action, and then do delete snapshot. And that should take care of the snapshot. Volumes will not be there because once we deleted it, the volume gets deleted. So as you have seen, we were able to create an EC2 instance, run a bunch of commands, set up the environment the way we wanted, then create an AMI image, and then use that to launch another EC2 instance where we don't have to run the commands. It will already be in a desired state. Well, that's it in this workshop, and I hope you learned something new. And if you are net new to AWS, and I would highly encourage you to practice this more than once. That means run the lab a couple of times so that you become very comfortable with these different resources. And do not forget to delete all the AWS components that you have created as a part of this particular workshop. If not, you will be billed, because as I had mentioned, snapshot is a storage that's attached, so you will be paid. Well, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next workshop.